Pilot Brendan Ross tells me his engine failed and he was going down fast. He was in contact with Boeing Tower the entire time and said he needed to make a quick decision before ditching into Elliott Bay.
When you get into one of those scenarios, your first thoughts are, where am I going to put this plane? Somewhere that's safe.
It was a decision Brendan Ross had 20 seconds to make.
I knew Alaskan Way was going to end up hitting people on the ground, and I really didn't want to do that. So that really left the waterfront.
When the engine on his Cessna stopped, the power faded out.
Looked over just to make sure I was as close as I wanted to be to the buildings there. And I locked eyes with somebody on the shoreline and just kind of, you know.
Many people had a front row seat, sending in video from all angles and calling 911.
At least they're going to go home with a show.
People on land say it took a while to register that a plane had crashed because of how smooth it came down.
It was a wild sight seeing the water rushing up at the windscreen, not typically something you would see in a plane.
The pressure was too strong to open the door.
I kind of finished shutting down the plane the best I could to try to minimize any fuel leaking into the water. I opened up a window so the water could rush and the pressure could equalize.
Brendan says he held onto the wing of the plane until it went down.
It was time to swim for shore, and by that time, some boaters who happened to be nearby were able to get to me.
As soon as it hit the water, I thought that this was an emergency and we needed to act very fast, and decided to hightail it over to the crash site.
Brent Breslin and his 3 friends threw a line to Brendan.
Everybody just kind of responded in a way that was going to get this guy out of the water. And that's all we were thinking about at the time.
Meanwhile, Brendan's wife, Annabelle, saw the headlines of a plane crash.
I mean, just hearing his voice, I could tell that he was going to be okay. Sounded like, you know, he had done everything right.
With 1,500 flight hours and being a flight instructor himself, Brendan says being prepared saved his life.
That was about as well as it could have gone in terms of minimizing damage to the plane, to other people, and I think probably the worst of it is my face.
Brendan started out as an air traffic controller, and in 2 weeks will be flying for an airline.
I got some more places to fly. I got some more work to do. So yeah, lots more flying to come. Can't wait to get back up there, probably in a different plane.
The NTSB is still trying to recover the plane from the water as part of its investigation, and the Coast Guard did come out to assess the area and says there's no signs of pollution. Here in Seattle, I'm Kristen Goodwillie, King 5 News.